Yo, top billing to ya, Dog Nation. In addition to subscribing to this channel, join me at www.patreon.com/committedtotheg for exclusive film studies, recruiting chatter, and a sick-ass weekly podcast dedicated to your future natty winners, the Georgia Bulldogs. Only $5 a month lets you leave them sissies and nerds behind and join your boy on this movement. Let's go. All right, Top Bill, I wanted to show you the build that Kentucky does in relation to its inside run presence. And it's being able to go between the tackles, pretty much its inside run prowess. Kentucky is a monster on the ground, both running the ball and stopping the run. They can't beat Georgia through the air. It's not going to happen. If they beat Georgia, it's going to be through a fantastic brand of physical football that they play based behind two really good running backs and a really good running quarterback and a very physical offensive line, big physical offensive line. So they play a great brand of football, not as talented as Georgia. Georgia should be able to beat these boys because this should be the game that brings the best out of Georgia with its run defense. So check this out right here. This is not the norm. This is something that they will go to, but it's a build off of it. So we have kind of a QB zone right here. Gonna have zone flow to the left. Going to have Benny Snell going to the right here. And then you're going to have jet motion. So they're going to fake a jet motion right here. And this will be the play build right here on this QB zone. But you'll see how it gets better later on. And we see right here, it looks like it'll be pretty much a jet sweep. With then Benny Snell could either be a blocker or he could perhaps be an option pitch or something. You just never know what they could do off of that. Right, but you see the zone action going right there. 87, the H-back / tight end blocking pursuit side, backside pursuit. So this play doesn't really do much, but you just see the type of attention that you'll have to pay because they're going to get you flowing in multiple directions, right? So let's see how they come back with this. All right, so on this build, you'll notice going the other way here that first and foremost, obviously, it's going into the field side, but this time the H-back will be blocking play side. So it's almost like a giveaway, but you'll still notice the same zone flow from the offensive line. And of course, the defense follows suit as well. So here we go. All right, so this time, just look at the eyes of the defenders right there. They're scared of Terry Wilson, the quarterback, taking his bad boy backside like before, so it kind of freezes them. But now look, he has a convoy. You have AJ Rose right there, and you have the receiver out there blocking, and boom, you got nothing but space and opportunity. Very fast receiver, hits that bad boy, outruns the angle, he's gone to the house. So definitely something to be looking forward to. Let's get into the crux of the offense. All right, so we see right here, Kentucky loves to scheme it up. This right here is FIB, formation into the boundary. You see, you know what I'm saying? I be coming with this stuff that people ain't talking about. You know what I mean? That's why you got to go on like patreon.com/committedtotheg. Because, man, come on. People be watching my stuff all over the internet. Other people at other sites copying my shit, man. You can't copy my shit because you ain't got the experience I have with this. So FIB, formation into the boundary. Boundary play is man play right here. I love boundary football because everything's quick hitting. Unlike the field side, as you see right here, a lot of stuff is kind of more slow developing. But in the boundary, everything's quick hitting. It's real physical out there. They'll formation you into the boundary. But this is what they do when they formation you into the boundary. All right, we see right here, not necessarily formation into the boundary because the plentiful personnel is to the field side, but just to the fact that they like to put their targets all on one side of the field because they want to lessen the space play side. So we'll see right here, inside zone, known as quick hit and play up the middle, but he has a tendency to bounce that bad boy because, as you see right here, nothing but space and opportunity because there's nobody backside, especially if you have a tight end right there to hold that. But usually in formation into the boundary, you can do the same exact thing too. But however, it is a field side play, so it's going to be longer developing, more space really for people to run you down. but you see right there, he's able to get a nice gain out of it. But Texas A&M did such a good job with his run fits and his gap abstinence that I had to kind of break down some of the film because I think it held maybe Kentucky to like 180 yards or something like that of total offense. And Georgia very well has the personnel to be able to replicate that type of performance. All right, so you know what you get when you play Kentucky. You're going to get that smash mouth spread. So a lot of people are going to dedicate more resources into the box just for the fact that they're probably not going to be able to beat you over the top. Although we have seen them be able to hit explosive plays over the top. It's not consistent. The quarterback doesn't have the consistent accuracy down the field to really beat you, and definitely doesn't have the consistent accuracy in mid-distance to quick game, right? So if you're putting an extra man in the box right here, I mean, you're dedicating, obviously they're running out of cheetah personnel right here, so 3 receivers are over to the field side. So you have your receivers over there, but you only have 1 man back. And if you're scared of the quarterback and his ability to run, as we see right here, this is not a read. It looks like a read or whatever like that, but it's a simple inside zone right here, combos up to the second level. But this is his fake, and his ability to carry out the fake pretty much each time is going to hold backside defenders. And this particular time it holds the safety. So you see the safety lurking right here. He's afraid of the guy, of the quarterback going backside, so he takes kind of a false step. And look at this, the inside zone. Had AJ Rose been able to break this right here, you see the attention, the safety, the single high safety is given to the quarterback. This is a touchdown. But just so happened, good backside pursuit right there, and it stops him. But that very well, this guy's a really good running back. That very well could have been a broken tackle off to the races. But they put you in a conflict of assignment with the run game, with the quarterback's ability to run and the running back's ability to execute exactly what's called upon them. However, it's going to take proper run fits, gas-nets, and everything, and Georgia should be just fine. However, on the flip side of that, they have the ability to do exactly what Georgia wants to do to Kentucky as well, because they have great gap-nets and they have the ability to affect the passer with a plethora of edge players, most notably one guy we'll get to here before we get out of here. All right, franchise left tackle Andrew Thomas has been hurt in pretty much every game this year. He cannot get over ankle injury, and free things just keep happening to him. So if this happens again and they bring in somebody like Kendall Baker, last week Georgia was able to get away with it. Georgia played a hell of a game. That's what people always talking about, quarterback play and all this and that. Notice how much better the offensive line played and held up Jake Fromm. It will have to play that way again because this is the best edge player on Georgia's schedule this far, and that's one Josh Allen right here. Going against the blindside tackle. All right, so he's a straight speed demon. He's almost like Bud Dupree, the guy they had before, but he may be even more of an explosive athlete. But he fits the 3-4 scheme and being an outside linebacker. All right, so check this out. He's not even really in a motorcycle stance. I don't know what this stance is, you know, but he's still able to be explosive out of it. And look at Texas A&M's left tackle, who's normally pretty decent, but he can't do anything about this. Look at him widening it. He's widening right there. 2 hands, boom, slap the hands down right there. All you edge players out there, make sure you get in that hand fight. But if you slap a hand right there, a man can't get more than 1 hand on you, and you already have the force and the inertia to be able to go. And he's still fighting with his hands. He's just an active hand fighter, and he's extremely explosive when running the arc. We see him get to the quarterback right there. Good stuff. So all right, that's what it's going to be about. I don't think this is too much one of those games where it's going to be a scheme it up. It's going to be like who's more physical. And I love this type of game for Georgia on its way to the college football playoffs because it's seen some of the finesse teams. Now it gets to see a couple of teams in Florida and Kentucky. And we saw LSU play Georgia earlier this year as well. So some of these physical teams. So you'll be able to get a lot of different looks going into the SEC championship game. If you beat Kentucky, or when you beat Kentucky, and then into the college football playoffs where you can see a team like, you never know, Oklahoma again, or Clemson, who's probably the best team in the country, in my opinion. You're seeing these teams, you're seeing these different looks. It's good for you, but it's going to be about both being able to establish that run take those shots just like you did against Florida, but it's going to be about stopping the run and playing really good defense. You should be able to do that against a one-dimensional team like Kentucky, all right? But I'm your man, Murph Baldwin. I am the Underground King. Make sure you subscribe at patreon.com/committed to the G to get more in-depth coverage, podcasts, recruiting chatter, and everything of the sort. But until next time, peace.
What more can I say?
Top billing.